You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Is Mo Murda, Bone Thugs and Harmony's best song? Now, I'm not saying that it's their greatest song or suggesting that it's their greatest song or their biggest song. Greatest and biggest, I look at it as being somewhat similar, right? Because magnitude matters, impact matters. You know, the song standing the test of time over time matters. And obviously, The Crossroads, you would have to start there. That's their greatest song, right? After that, probably First of the Month. Both from East 1999 Eternal, even though there was an original version of Crossroads or The Crossroads called Crossroad, they re-released the album like over a half a year later because the album came out in 95. On 95's album, The Crossroad, it was an original song called Crossroad, and it was about their friend Wally who had passed. That I looked at as being like a top 4, top 5 song on the album. And then several months later, probably closer to 8-9 months later, they re-released East 1999 Eternal, replacing Crossroad with The Crossroads a few months after they released The Crossroads as a single, which included this new version that was the DJ U-Neek Mo Thugs remix. Even though DJ U-Neek produced both the original, I mean, he produced like all of Creepin on a Come Up, East 1999, The Art of War. He was like their guy. Very underrated producer. But yeah, The Crossroads, that remix Crossroads is their greatest song, probably followed by First of the Month. Look Into My Eyes is a bigger song than Mo Murda. I mean, years later, into the 2000s, I Tried with Akon is a bigger song. I mean, Mo Murda wasn't even a single. So you've got Dayz of Our Livez, that was kind of between East 1999 Eternal and The Art of War. So Dayz of Our Livez was 96. So this would have been the year where they released Mo Thug's Family Scriptures with Thug Devotion. And I like the song by Graveyard Shift called Killing Fields. Poetic Hustlers has Searching for Peace. I actually like that Poetic Hustlers Trials and Tribulations album from, I think, 97. But yeah, 96, you know, Flesh and Bone dropped his solo album. He was the first Bone to drop a solo album. He had like a separate Def Jam deal. And in 98, Bone collabed with Mariah Carey for Breakdown. So a lot of these songs are greater and bigger than Mo Murda. But when you want to talk about just the best song, just minute by minute, what you're listening to, the quality of the rhymes, the quality of the beat, and so forth. Oh, obviously Thuggish Ruggish Bone and For the Love of Money are also greater than Mo Murda. But you take the 17-song album that is East 1999 Eternal, right? It starts off hot with the introduction, Execution Double 90 style, 6 song. Listen to how laid back that Bizzy Bone flow is or was. And I looked at this East 1999 period for Bizzy as being like kind of like a special moment for him because he had a different vocal style. It was a lot more laid back than it would become by the time you get to like Art of War, where he's more just bouncing off the walls, where you listen to his flow on Notorious Thugs. That's another one of Bone Thugs' greatest songs. It's technically a Biggie song featuring Bone, but to me, that's up there, top 5-ish Bone song. But listen to how Bizzy comes in after Biggie's verse, right? 7 a.m. walk in the morning. He wasn't doing too much of that on East 1999. Yes, he did that on Creepin on the Come Up's No Surrender, which is another one of my personal favorite Bone Thug songs. But I feel like Bizzy, he started injecting more of like Pac's passion in his delivery later on, including on the song Thug Love from The Art of War featuring Tupac, right? You get a few different Bizzies, but I like that laid back, smooth, listen to the flows and how he just kind of like rides the beat rhythmically, changing up his cadence and his melodies on East 1999 Eternal, right? So it kicks off with the introduction and in the title track, East 1999, then it's got Eternal, keeping him on the run with him in shotgun. I like that song too. But on a lot of these choruses, you get a lot of play between, you know, Krayzie Bone, who Bizzy referred to in an interview a long time ago as the scientist of Bone Thugs and Harmony. You listen to the studio magic that Krayzie Bone creates, it's nothing short of remarkable. And so you get Krayzie Bone and Layzie Bone. People think that it's Bizzy sometimes on the chorus, but rarely do you get Bizzy on choruses on these first 2 or 3 albums. It's usually Krayzie and Layzie who are working between the two to execute on the chorus. Sometimes you get all the Bone members like on Buddha Lovers or something like that, or even on The Crossroads or First of the Month. You get all voices, I believe, on the First of the Month chorus. So you go through the track list, Crept and We Came, The Getaway, that's the one with all the gunshots and it's like a tale where Bizzy's about to get the electric chair, then Krayzie and Layzie and they all have verses. I mean, this East 1999 album is stacked. Like I recently did a video just spotlighting that album. I mean, you got Mr. Bill Collector, which is, I mean, that beat with that, you know, what was it? Eternal Champions is where they got the sample from. Like when you're selecting your fighter and then they use that, or DJ U-Neek used that on the beat. Remarkable. And then you've got Budsmokers Only, you got The Crossroads or Crossroad, the original or the remix. Then you got Me Killer, you got Land of the Heartless, you got No Shorts, No Losses. Then you got First of the Month, you've got Buddha Lovers, you've got Die Die Die, which is really one of the only 2 songs I don't love from this album. I don't love Die Die Die, and I don't love the final song of the album, Shots to the Double Glock. But then after that, you get Mr. Ouija 2. There was a Mr. Ouija 1 on Creepin' on the Come Up, but this one on East 1999 is a lot more, it's a lot more polished with the harmonies. Ouija, are you with me? Mo Murda, Mo Murda, Mo Murda me now. So you want to take that Mr. Ouija 2 that leads into Mo Murda, and between those 2 tracks, tracks 15 and 16 on the 17 song East 1999 album, to me, might be Bone Thugs and Harmony's greatest moment, because it's been such a long album, like it's over an hour long of an album, but then you get to track 15 leading into 16. I'm here, are you with me? I'm here, Mo Murda, don't come again. And the beat drops and it's like, oh my, listen to how enchanting that beat is. Listen to how sinister that sample is, which that instrumental actually samples Bootsy Collins' I'd Rather Be With You. Now, I haven't pinpointed what the sample is. I don't know if in the instrumental of I'd Rather Be With You, if that dun 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 has like the same sounds that you hear on the actual beat with the dun 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 dun. It didn't sound like it to me, and it sounds like that kind of G-Funk-ish, Parliament Funkadelic-ish, you know, Bernie Worrell keyboard / Dr. Dre keyboard-ish sound when you hear the verses on Mo Murda, where it's kind of that spooky, like they're holding down a key and they're kind of modulating the texture and the sound of the key, where it's like, ooh, it's just like kind of making this spooky sound when the verses are taking place, not on the chorus, but on the verses. I'm wondering, I mean, that sounds like it's actually being played by DJ U-Neek. So I don't think that the sample's there. I'm almost thinking that the sample is just maybe in the drums itself. Correct me if you know better in terms of how that song I'd Rather Be With You contributes to this instrumental, because I almost think that it's that the drum that goes into the verses, the and then you go into the verse, right? You listen to a part of the drum that starts off I'd Rather Be With You, and then listen to after the first chorus, like when the Mo Murda song starts, leading into Krayzie's verse, that drum fill that leads into the verse. I'm thinking that might be where the sample is, but let me know if there's more instrumentally that's taking from I'd Rather Be With You, because I hear somewhat of a similarity, but I hear enough difference where it sounds like DJ U-Neek is getting some of those sounds on the chorus and throughout the beat elsewhere. But yeah, let me know. But when you couple that instrumental, that sinister, spooky, where you've got some G-Funk, but it's a little bit darker, it's like a twist of that, you know, 3-6 Mafia, which I know Bone and 3-6 used to have like a beef in the mid 90s way back in the day. And I know that when they did their versus battle, Bizzy threw a bottle at them after they started clowning him when they were performing Buddha Lovers. Bizzy wasn't having it. All hell broke loose on stage. That was crazy. That was unfortunate and crazy. But when you couple that beautiful instrumental of Mo Murda, that dark, sinister, beautiful instrumental, Mo Murda with the verses, because each Bone member, minus Flesh and Bone, he's not on that track, but you've got Krayzie with the verse, which I think is one of the best verses in Bone Thugs history. That, dear Mr. Ouija, better know who the boss is. Some nigga you want to get tossed in the river, put him in the bus and they pump blood, no love. Like that verse, follow me, roll, stroll down this 99, gotta find these roll. Like that whole verse, just it's like taking you through a river where the flow is just going this way, then it's going this way. Hey, where's lead? Niggas who think we play, it could be deadly with the gun. Like, who does that? Who does that? Like, I've never heard anything like that on a hip hop verse. Are you kidding me? And I know people back in the day used to say that Bone was also manufactured out of, or Eazy-E was inspired by joining or by visiting revisiting The Good Life, where Freestyle Fellowship, AC Alone, Micah 9 and company were doing their thing and picked up on that and incorporated that into this Cleveland group, Bone Thugs. But then when you listen to Bone Thugs work before they even came to LA from Cleveland, and they had that Faces of Death album, they were already harmonizing and messing with different flows and stuff like that. So I don't think that there's a lot of validity to Bone taking from Freestyle Fellowship directly. I think that Bone always had the fast flows, and they always had some type of harmonizing in their style. Yes, it became more pronounced when you got to Creepin' on a Come Up and definitely by East 1999, but I feel like that is a Bone, it's a Bone original, their styles and their respective flows and voices and so forth. But yeah, that Krayzie Bone verse from Mo Murda, special. Sometimes I'll listen to that track when I'm driving around and I end up replaying that verse like several times. Sometimes the whole drive is just me rewinding that Krayzie Bone verse. It just like, damn, how did he pull that off? And then it ends in the gotta put one in your head, bang, we coming to surf ya, Mo Murda, Mo Murda, Mo Murda, Mo Murda, Mo Murda, Mo Murda. And then you go back into that haunting Mo Murda chorus, and then it's Layzie's verse, then Wish's verse, and then Bizzy's verse with the chorus in between each. It's a pretty long song because you got 4 whole verses with the song starting with the chorus before you even get to the first verse, and then you got the second chorus, second verse, third chorus, third verse, fourth chorus, Bizzy in the final verse, and then it has an outro where they layer another voice on top of the Mo Murda chorus that's saying like bloody murder, and that's coupled with the Mo Murda, bloody. So it creates this whole cacophony of sound. It's just something else. It's really something else. And then when you take even Layzie's verse and, you know, Wish's verse, gotta kill, get him, nowhere to run, can't get away from my shotgun, leaving them bodies. Like, I like that Wish verse. Wish to me was never the best Bone Thug, but he certainly has his moments and he has his own style that adds and contributes very well to the rest of the group. But then you've got Bizzy with the fourth verse with the eternally thugs the style, wanna die a murder now. It's almost a little Michael Jackson that's going on in the verse there, and you can hear kind of like the snaps, you know, the finger snaps when he comes in, eternally thugs the style, wanna die a murder now. And so he starts off really laid back, but then he even, by the end of the verse, he's all the murder man, the murder game, the bang, the bang, 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 them froze, you know, kind of bluffing with man, it's saying blow out your brain. Like, it's just insanity. Their ability to melodically control and ride the flow, and just with their different, again, their cadences and their changes of speeds and tempo, like, it's beautiful. And again, so I asked the question, is Mo Murda the best song in Bone Thugs and Harmony's catalog? Again, there's some other contenders I like. Again, First of the Month, not only is that a great song, like in terms of the magnitude and the impact, anytime somebody hears like the words, hey, it's the first of the month, they can't help but think, wake up, wake up, wake up, right? It's one of those types of songs. And then you got Crossroads, and I love that. When that came out, I was rushing to the radio to try to hit play on the tape so I could record as much of the song. When it was like released in the spring of 1996, suddenly started playing on the radio. I'm like, what is this Bone song? This ain't on, you know, East 1999. I would rush to the radio, try to play, what the hell is this? And then I would come to find out it was this new version of the Crossroads. And then shortly after that, I would see that single at the, you know, Sam Goody, Tower Records and so forth, Blockbuster Music, Warehouse Music. I'm dating myself, I know. But, you know, I like that song. From Art of War, I love Handle the Vibe. I love Clog Up Your Mind. I like Body Rot. There are some really good songs from Art of War. Thug Love is a really good one. Wasteland Warriors. Yeah, I really like, you know, the Art of War. I always like East 1999 more, but I really loved Art of War when that dropped. I would be playing both discs. Even those like shorter songs like Hard Times with Krayzie Bone kind of crooning, and it's a bluesy song. And Blaze It, if reefer really makes you happy, blaze it. And then on BTNH Resurrection, I like the song Resurrection. I like Ecstasy, the Weed song, some really good songs from that one. I think Battlefield, I really like that one too. They had some really good soundtrack songs around 95. Again, Dayz of Our Livez, I think, came out in 96. That was on the Set It Off soundtrack. But then you had like Shoot 'em up from the Great White Hype soundtrack. You had Everyday Thang from the Show soundtrack. Yeah, so there are a lot of contenders, but I gotta say, in my opinion, Mo Murda is the best Bone Thugs and Harmony song? Let me know if you agree. And if you don't agree, what do you think Bone Thugs best? Not greatest, not biggest, because again, that objectively is The Crossroads, followed by either Thuggish Ruggish Bone, First of the Month, one of their other hits, right? But in terms of their best song, your favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony song, let me know what it is. I've got Mo Murda. Again, I would do Mr. Ouija 2 leading into Mo Murda. That 2-song 1-2 punch. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you love hip hop like I do. I'm Woog. Thanks for tuning in.